Hello and welcome to our teacher induction, new teacher mentoring plan presentation. My name is Zach Wallace. I'm in a group with Chrissy Towns, Josh Wallace, Zach Gillen, and Laura Root. Through this presentation, you'll see our new teacher induction plan and our new teacher mentoring plan. Our objectives for our new teacher induction and mentoring program is to familiarize new employees with district policies, analyze and reflect on performance and coaching strategies, support, develop knowledge and teaching skills, assist in new teacher challenges, and cultivate a professional attitude towards teaching and learning.
Come to the office. Tristan always come to the office.
Our orientation will take place in the induction at the central office. It'll be a 3-day orientation. Things that they'll be talking about will be the framework for teaching. They'll be given a district calendar. They'll be given salary and benefits. They will view the Alabama Educator Code of Ethics, which can also be seen on the state website. They'll go over those with new teachers. Any of the policy and procedures of the district. Each teacher will be given their own course of study and curriculum. We'll discuss ASOP, how substitutes are found. With the new teachers in the induction part, they will discuss HIPAA and FERPA, what can be talked about and what can't be talked about as far as students and among teachers or parents and other things like that. We'll discuss the technology. They'll sign their AUP. They'll get iNow and email set up. Lesson plans. The lesson plans are pretty much up to the schools. So whatever school they teach at will be up to the administrators at that school, whether they do a universal lesson plan or if they let the teachers form their own lesson plan. And then grading procedures, that's pretty much up to school as well. They'll get a packet at this orientation. The packet includes professional development forms, their copy of the handbook, inductee handbook, professional development plan. They'll get the district calendar like we talked about, the course of study, guidelines for duplicating, making copies, school closing procedure, how they'll find out about that, their ASOP login. They'll get a copy of the district policies, human resource forms, and any business office forms. They'll get a copy of that for as needed to buy, POs, things of that nature, and they'll get their iNow and email passwords. The key concepts that the teachers will be familiarized with when they go through the induction is technology in the classroom. And the district's goal is to promote educational excellence in schools by sharing resources and through communications using technology. The use of technology must be legal and ethical. That will be reviewed in the Internet AUP. The district has a career tech education. They'll be informed of that. The classes that students can take at Career Tech are automotive technology, collision repair technology, construction technology, cooperative education, engineering design technology, early childhood education, electrical technology, electronics technology, health and science technology, welding technology, and precision machining. So those are all the classes that our students can take. New teachers will be informed of that and will be informed how students go about a day that go to Career Tech. We'll talk about special education with our new teachers. It's free appropriate education. The FAPE, it must be available to all disabled students between the ages of 3 and 21. That will be talked about with the new teachers, including students that have been suspended or expelled. They'll have to understand that if students have been expelled, they still have the right of getting a free and appropriate public education. And we'll discuss the eligibility or how students are referred to IEP. The IEP team will determine their eligibility under law on an individual basis. We also have an English language learners. We have 3 teachers that go to the schools to provide assistance with English learners. They provide resources. They're in the schools a day or 2 a week, depending on their schedule. So they will be a resource for students that the English is their second language. We have pre-K programs at our schools. 6 of the elementary schools have pre-K programs. We have, comes from the Office of School Readiness. We have those at 4 schools, and we have special education pre-K programs at 2 other schools. Now, how we do this is we have to have a 50-50 ratio. So every time a special ed student is taken at a pre-K, then student is taken at the Office of School Readiness pre-K. They must be 4 years of age before September 1st to be enrolled into our pre-K programs. We have adolescent literacy program. The objectives of that program are to address student motivation to read and write. So we want to really try to motivate our students to read and write. We want to implement research-based literacy strategies for teaching and learning. We want to teach reading and writing across the curriculum, and we want to offer support through organizational structures and leadership. This is just a quick glance at our dates and how some things work out in the mentoring program and the induction part. You can look at these. As I mentioned before, the orientation session is going to be the first 3 days of in-service. New teachers will be in there. Then there's dates. They have to do a teacher induction report every month. And on that report, they have to talk about what them and their mentoring teacher discussed, what strategies they used to get through what problems they were having, maybe classroom management skills, different things. So they have to make a report of that. And you can see how that is all laid out throughout the year. At the end of the year, they will have an evaluation. These are the forms that will be completed. They have to do a needs assessment. So they sit down with their mentoring teacher and they do a needs assessment together. After they do that needs assessment, then they pull from that needs assessment monthly to hit some of the things that they identified in the needs assessment, and they have to do that monthly induction report. And then at the end, they have to evaluate the program. The mentor in this must also fill out forms, have documentation that they had the induction discussions, and they have to do the induction completion document. That's the documentation that the mentor has to complete for the mentoring process. This is an example of the end of year evaluation that the new teachers have to fill out. They answer some questions and they just evaluate, and we will use this to maybe adjust our induction or mentoring program. I appreciate your attendance. Does anybody have any questions about our induction and new teacher mentoring program?